This is an aeroponics system. The aeroponics is a way of growing plants without the use of that much water. So the plants are hanging and the roots underneath are just sprayed with a mist. You can either spray them with a mist of water or you can spray them hard with droplets of water. And the way that it works is that the roots will grow underneath and always be able to get the nutrient solution that is sprayed with the water. So you don't need that much of grow medium. Basically, it's only the roots that are growing. NASA developed aeroponics to make sure that you could grow food in space and you could grow food with very little water consumption and with a really high productivity. This system that we are growing with here is a system that I have the pleasure to introduce to you by a company called Next Food. Next Food operates here in Denmark, and we have entered a collaboration with them to show you this system and the setup, how it works on our YouTube channel. So the way this system works is that there is a computer in the back that is connected to the Wi-Fi. So all the technical details about how the water is flowing, the EC, pH values, are all connected to a computer. So we can monitor everything that's going around with the system from another place, from a laptop or a phone. Yeah, so you can see here we are growing basil and we are getting really nice roots. This is after around a week and a half in the system. So these roots mainly grew, I would say like in a week of getting into the system. And we are growing parsley as well. Parsley has also been here in a week. And basil and parsley in an aeroponics setup is really efficient. You can get a lot of produce, and it's some of the herbs that you can get most productivity out of in an aeroponics system with a fast yielding turnover. So what we can do is that we can either cut these herbs when they grow to like twice the size, and then after we cut them, they will regrow again. So basil is aggressive, but parsley is definitely much more aggressive. And as you can see here, the roots are really nice, wide roots, looking healthy, no algae production or anything. Everything gets filtered. And I will show you how the system works right now. So we have an irrigation tank, and in this tank we are putting a nutrient solution with a specific pH value and specific nutrients. And then in the back here we are using these air sucks, so it means that there's always fresh ventilation into the plants, so mold and other contaminants is really hard to start growing because we always have fresh air and fresh air supply. So basically how it works is that all the returning water goes back into this tank through this filter, and when the tank is about this fill, the pump will automatically start and repump everything back into the irrigation tank. So this pump here is gathering up pressure, and this pressure is what is pressurized out in the whole system. So you can see here basically all the mechanics. So we set this up very fast, this system, just to show you how to do it, like how it can be set up. If you are putting it up in a way that it needs to be a bit more like stable, then all these wirings and everything will be like put into another place and hidden away so it looks better. But we are taking the system apart again in a few months, just so now we know how to grow with the system. This is all the software and the computer that Next Food produces also. They are really growing and really going into how the electronics are working, and that's the software part of the company. They are a company a few years old, and their setups is in a lot of the fast food restaurants here in Denmark. So as you can see up here, we are basically only growing basil, and as you can see on the leaves, they are healthy and they have the nutrients that they need. So the pH value is proper and the EC value is also proper. And basically we're just watching how the growth is going and to see if any of the pots that we put in doesn't get the right water or it dries out, because sometimes out in the corners they can dry a little out. But yeah, the intention is to exchange the lights to the Paros lights that we are working with, because they are much more efficient. We can reduce the electricity cost by around 50%, I think. And as you can see over here, we started growing some lemon basil. It grows up really fast. So I'm starting to cut the tops to make them grow out a little more wide. But yeah, basically all these can be taken out, and the way it works here in Denmark is that we are delivering these to Sunset Boulevard, that is delivering fresh sandwiches, and these trays here will be taken out, and then we will put them into systems that are in the restaurants. So Next Food build systems fully integrated in a restaurant that this setup is also in the restaurant, so it means that they will get these fully grown, they will cut them down, and then they will regrow the herbs again, and then they can be able to cut them down like a few times before we come and exchange the new trays and then deliver them fresh and fully grown out again. This is the parsley. Basically, it's been here a week and a half and it's looking really nice and fresh. The roots are looking good, and we want it to reach the point where it reaches around this height, and then the tray will